Our kids are so in touch with the other side, right? We know this. Their memories are still fresh, and they can really teach us a lot. Sometimes I'll ask my daughter what my dad is up to in heaven. You know, we'll be driving the car and she calls him Gramps, and I'll say, hey, what's Gramps doing in heaven today? And sometimes she'll tell me. And I lost my grandmother in April, it was really, really hard. And still processing that. And my grandmother passed from Alzheimer's. And she was the most loving, amazing grandma. And she carried pain throughout her life. She had really difficult childhood, a lot of trauma, and some of that was resurfacing towards the end of her life. And one day I asked my daughter what Grammy's doing in heaven. And she said something really interesting. She says some people go to what she called like a hospital heaven before they go to the regular heaven. And to get better, she was saying. And this struck a chord with me because I've heard of sometimes people going into like a recovery healing period or going into like a healing chamber or something like that. And that made sense to me and was just so mind-blowing when she said that, because she definitely was in need of healing. She really was. So, cool little insight from my 6-year-old.
The child was brought here to teach their parents something. So say if you're a Virgo, you was here to teach your parents how to be more perfectionists, how to complete things. Aries was to teach their parents how to stand up, have a spine, don't let nobody push over on you. Taurus was about possession. You know, you ain't got to be broke. You really don't. You got intelligence. Come on, Mom. Dang, you all that creativity, imagination, and you say you ain't got no money. You can create money with your mind. You know what I mean? Gemini teaches their parents to communicate, because most likely when they created that child, they did not know how to communicate. That's what Gemini's here for. I feel sorry for them. Leo basically teaches people how to shine. The world is a stage, and I'm playing every part. Libra is more so, you've been unfair to me, and I'm going to teach you that you won't give me justice. You're going to respect me. See, Libra, that's one thing about Libra, they demand respect, even when they don't deserve it. Born to Scorpio, Scorpio is about destruction and rebirth. They're what you call cleaning out, spring cleaning. Look, you ain't used it in 7 years, throw that mess away. What is wrong with you? This is too much clutter. Can't breathe. And if you don't get it out in time, you come home and your house is empty and everything on the curb. They don't hold on, you know, because my mom's a Scorpio. And she wake us up in the middle of the night and like, if you can't carry it on your back, it ain't going. We moving. we did a lot of moving. And, you know, she's like, we can start over. They got resale stores in every state. They got Goodwills all over. Sagittarius. Oh, those dear philosophers. Sagittarius is a beautiful sign, but they philosophize a little bit too much for me. You know, I mean, they use reason and logic, you know what I mean? And they are the opposite of Gemini, you know. But however, when they're not conscious, Sagittarius can be deadly, because the centaur with the bow, their words cut and sting, you know, and you'd be like, dang, what did I do to you? Did you really have to say it? But really what they're saying is good for you. Sagittarius, their thing is, it's not about the fall, it's how you get back up. And that's what that teaches you, okay? Capricorn's whole thing, they're the solitary ones. They stick to themselves. They're your organizers. They don't want to be in the forefront, but they know how to do everything and they know every damn thing. You want to be a good friend to a Capricorn, buy them a book. You know, music and books is their thing. They're often assumed to be non-emotional. They're not non-emotional, they just take.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I
Do you
got
see
no
something
love
up there?
for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Before they understand language, they understand never got anyone's help. They feel your intelligence more than yours, and that is why
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Learning the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams is modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead of say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go. Make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant modern kingdom for the taking.
now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
So crystals, right? Alright, so it's kind of like a heartbeat, right? So they send shockwaves throughout things, right? So when you put it on your third eye, you feel weird things because the shockwaves touching your third eye. Because shockwaves can go up to here, like this big.
Okay.
And until they start going slower, and then they start fading off over time when the shockwaves move. And they
So
go like,
the energy expands.
here, watch, they go like,
Oh, yeah.
kind of like a heartbeat.
Okay.
And then basically those shockwaves have different particles in them that shoves energy in them, and then inside of there more shockwaves happen because the more energy is sucked into them, the more healthy the energy is, or the more shockwaves.
5 signs your child is spiritually gifted.
5 signs that your child is spiritually gifted. But first, my name is Sade. I speak about all things spiritual. If you're into that type of thing, go ahead, give me a follow. Whether you have been living underneath a rock or not, it's pretty clear that the kids of this generation are just different. There's a good chance that your child may be the same. 1, they naturally have the gift of discernment. Not only do they have a great judge of character, but they also may not like certain people for seemingly no reason at all. While typically most kids can pick up on energies, but spiritually gifted kids are a little bit different. They just know stuff, and a lot of times they might prove you wrong. 2, they typically wake up during witching hours, which is 3 to 5 or somewhere near it. Don't let anybody tell you that it's just colic and giving you a man-made diagnosis. Just like adults that are spiritually gifted, the same goes for them. So try not to be annoyed and just comfort them. And let me know if you want a part 2, because this is getting long. 3, they let you know about someone who has passed on that they don't even know. Kids typically have no reason to lie, so if they're telling you this, please take them seriously. 4, they have imaginary friends. To humans, those who have been subconsciously programmed throughout life, you might look at it and be like, oh, I don't know who they're talking to, but come on. They're talking to somebody in the corner or at the ceiling. They're speaking to somebody, not just some make-believe friend. 5, they have an undeniable connection to animals. This goes way past just being an animal lover or thinking that they're cute. You may even sense that they can actually communicate with these animals. And they probably can if they're spiritually gifted. Again, let me know if you want a part 2. Hope it resonated. Like, follow, save, and share to any of your spiritual friends who have kids who may be spiritually gifted.
Okay, wait, what did you just say?
You're looking at me with a mask and you had clothes like a doctor.
You remember seeing me?
I seen you do that when I was a baby.
Daddy was dressed like a doctor?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I the doctors were taking care of you, but I saw you have a doctor because you knew my name too. So I said, "Hi, Wendy," and I knew that you were my daddy, and you were and your third eye's right here. So the soul goes in, that plugs to your brain. Your brain can control that. Because it's either if they're not broken, it's their brain, right? Because their brain can go crazy sometimes.
Okay, so what you're saying is when someone's bad, it's not who they are in their soul.
Yeah.
It's at a brain level.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
So basically, when a soul goes in, it can control itself, but it's mostly the brain controlling. And if the brain kind of goes off and doesn't really know what it's doing, and it starts going crazy,
Yeah.
it starts mental illness, and then that happens.
Okay, so your body and your brain can develop mental illness, and how?
Yes, easily.
And what is that from? How do people get mental illness?
Well, mostly from being in bad things, and if not that, then it could just be because they're not getting enough vitamins. Because if you don't have enough vitamins, it could
Or minerals, or
your brain might kind of not understand what's going on, and might start off emergency mode, which will make you
go crazy.
Yeah.
How are people born? Are they born evil?
No. They become evil from mental illnesses. It's also possible to avoid that because vitamins are needed. Certain types of vitamin, like being out in the sun.
Oh, and minerals.
Yeah, minerals. So if you're out in the sun, that's good. So mental illnesses too, and they still go to heaven.
What? What are you saying? You just want to be Chinese? But but why? But you're Mexican.
No, I don't want to be Mexican.
Why not?
Because I don't.
You don't want to be Chinese.
Yeah.
But you can speak Chinese?
Yeah.
Let me see. I want to hear you say something in Chinese.
I only say shisha.
Shisha?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Wash your hand, but I only say that.
Oh, okay. Maybe tomorrow you can be Chinese.
Kids are insanely spiritual. We know this. We've seen this. My client expressed to me that her son, who sleeps with them, will wake up in the middle of the night and he just seems irritable. He seems pissed off and angry about something. I said, okay, let me tap in and see what's going on. I couldn't help but laugh, but I see her son astral project, but he's like stuck midair and he can't get his feet planted on the ground in the astral plane, so he's like, ah, ah. he's like ungrounded and he's frustrated because he doesn't have his like mobility. But I also said, okay, there's also a spirit that I'm seeing as well. And she's like, oh, I've cleansed my space so many times. Like, why is there a spirit? And I said, no, this is family. This isn't like a lower vibrational being. It was his grandfather who was trying to help him get his bearings in the astral plane. And he's like, ah! He couldn't get grounded. So every time he woke up, he was super pissed off.
Children are ritually abused. There is one particular trait that the satanic cults seek out. And it's probably not what you think it is. It's actually children who are highly spiritually connected and have psychic abilities.
Here are a few things that I teach my kids as a spiritualist. Number one, boundaries. I even teach them boundaries with each other. I even respect their boundaries. Like if we go out to get donuts and I look at one of my kids' donuts and be like, ooh, that look good. Can I have some? And they say no. Like I just respect it and be like, okay, yeah, you're right. I should have got my own. Number two, I do not teach my kids to be people pleasers. If they don't want to wave to you or hug you, I don't care whatever age you are, they don't have to. This also goes into people pleasing. My kids are not servants. I even watch how many times like I ask them to do something for me, and I get up and do it my damn self. Also, my kids are comfortable asking me to do things too. They'll be like, Mama, can you grab a juice for me? Mama, can you go in the kitchen and get this for me? And I do it. Next, if you do not like me and you talk about me and you talk down on my name, okay, and gossip and just do me dirty, you will not have a relationship with my kids. You will not see my kids. You cannot come pick up my kids. You cannot come visit my kids. You can't take them to the park. You can't, none of that. Next, I teach my kids that being vocal is not having an attitude. Speaking up about how you feel is not wrong. So I allow my kids to tell me how they feel even if I do not like it. Lastly, I allow my kids to be themselves and to step fully into who they are, their personality, all of that, without taking away from them because it makes me feel uncomfortable. My son is very playful. He plays a lot. He's very goofy, and sometimes that can be annoying. But I check myself before I tell him, go sit down or stop doing that or stop being goofy. My daughter, she has a very loud personality. Also, she's very blunt and she's very honest. Before I tell her you being smart, like I just have to respect what she's saying and how she expresses it. But that's what I teach my kids as a spiritualist.
Part 2, it's time for us to take our children back. It's time for us to wake them up to who they really are. And here are some ways that you can do that. Teach them Reiki. Teach them how to rub their hands together and spread it apart so that they feel the energy in between their hands. And then direct those hands toward their body or toward their room to speak great intentions over it, whatever it might be. All right, next, teach them meditation. Teach them how to be able to sit down and focus their mind on a thought, on a thing, on music, on something. Mind. Teach them Tai Chi. Teach them how to be able to be one with energy, moving one with nature, being able to hear, being able to feel, being able to see. Teach them Tai Chi. Teach them sign language. There is a power to being silent with words. Pull up their natal charts, okay? If you don't know how to read their natal chart, teach them the power of their mind, telepathy. And one of the most important things you can teach them is how to love themselves, how to trust themselves, how to turn negative thoughts into positive ones, and to let them know that everything that exists and everything that is happening, it works for them and not against them. Teach them that they have the power to create their own reality. Blindfold them, let them walk safely around the home so that they build up their intuition so they know to feel and trust themselves. Teach them the importance of gratitude. Teach them that they are everything that exists and everything that exists is them. Teach them that they matter, what they say matter, what they do matter, how they feel, it all matters, and that they're not alone. Teach them that there is not one thing, not anything, that has more power over them than them. Nothing, no one. Teach them that there are no mistakes. There are only experiences that help you continue to evolve, to become an even expansive version of yourself, an ever-evolving self. Teach them that the God that is within them is the God that is within the trees, within the animals. Let them know and understand how important it is to connect with every element and every animal. Let them know that fear is their best friend in disguise. Fear is a messenger that's telling you what it is that you need to run towards and not run from. And as you build up their intuition, because of what I just said, as you build up their intuition, they'll know exactly what is for them. Okay, so they won't get tripped up as you're thinking, like as a mom, you know, you saying fear is their best friend. I don't know about that. I don't know about it being, teaching them what to go toward, because sometimes using your intuition, you'll be like, okay, but then guess what? Even using your intuition, sometimes it's not fear that comes, it's confirmation. Teach them the importance of gratitude. That is the key to manifesting. It is being grateful for what you already have, where you already are. Teach them the importance of love. Love is one of the highest vibrations, you guys, and love heals, okay? Look, we're going to have to get into a whole nother video about love, the love energy. Teach them that change isn't bad. Change is good. Change is evolution. Everything changes, means everything evolves. So they don't feel like they have to stay stagnant right where they are. They are meant to evolve so that the other parts of themselves evolve. Teach them the power of being able to manifest. Right now, as a child, it is such a perfect time to teach them about manifesting. You can start with something like manifesting a good day. And please, please teach them this. Please teach them that sometimes when they see shadows, that sometimes when they hear voices, that sometimes when they feel something that they cannot see, it is not meant for you to run and to be afraid of it. It is another version of you in another realm. And that realm you can communicate with, and it's okay. Let them know how protected and loved they are. Let them know that they have a spirit tribe. They have a spirit team. They have a guides, angels, ancestors, spirit animals, starseed family. Let them know that they are surrounded by an army that is here to make sure that they're here and accomplishing their mission. And they're going to help them do it. So let them know not to be afraid, but to embrace it. Let them know that on this journey, sometimes you're gonna need tools until you're able to really understand that you are the tool. So introduce them to crystals, introduce them to Palo Santo and Sage so they can be clearing out their energy, and then let them know that it is within them. Okay, so you're transitioning. So you guys, I'm gonna stop it right here. I don't want to overload, but I just wanted to get this message across. You guys, it's time. We're taking our children back, and we're not doing it one at a time. We're doing it a collective at a time. What does that mean? Oh my gosh. What I mean is there is no time. So we are going to be waking them up as a collective at the same time. And even it's going to be a ripple effect. So, but it's still happening all at the same time because time doesn't exist. Peace. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember, you are magic, and let them know that they are magic. So be magical and spread love. And share their story. They want to be an author? Let them write the story now. Whatever it is, it's time for us to wake them up. And I know we can do it. I love you guys. Peace.